What's up? I'm Jim Barry. Welcome once again to Miami Life. Every week we dig into the issues making waves in South Florida and also introduce you to some of the unique people who make an impact in our very unique community. And we lead off with a debate over a street name, or more specifically, whose name should or should not be on a street. In Lauderdale-by-the-Sea, a plan to add President Donald Trump's name to one street has stirred the neighborhood pot. Ted Scouten tells us why some residents there love the idea, while others want to leave well enough alone.
It may take a couple of months before we see that sign go up. It has to be approved by FDOT first. What we're talking about is right there where you see that sign, Seagrape Drive. That's going to be shared with President Donald J. Trump Drive, and some people aren't very happy. Protesters taking to the streets in Lauderdale-by-the-Sea. They're angry the town commission approved a resolution to co-name Seagrape Drive as President Donald J. Trump Drive.
We're a non-political town. We are nonpartisan.
Christy Firth has lived here for years. She does not want to see Seagrape share its name with the president.
We're basically just about quality of life in this town, and we don't want to be known as one side or the other. We don't want any president signs, any president's names on our street signs.
It's saddening to me that there's so much anger and hate.
Last week, more than 80 people signed up to speak about Donald Trump Drive, including Patrick Ferguson. He was also part of the protest.
We just feel, given our overall laid-back culture, we don't need to associate our town, with Donald J. Trump and those controversies.
Commissioner Richard DiNapoli told us last week that this is common in cities across South Florida.
I don't consider this to be a partisan issue. There's a long history, a long tradition in Broward and the Tri-County area of honoring American presidents from both parties with street signs.
A local business owner says it's a great idea.
I think it was a great thing because we have a great president, and 10 months, he's done more in 10 months than all our presidents in 10 years.
Protesters say their fight is not finished yet. They're hoping that at some point this can go to the voters to make a decision. They also plan to start a petition drive. In Lauderdale-by-the-Sea, Ted Scouten, CBS News, Miami.
Thank you, Ted. Now, another politically charged controversy involving the president is brewing in Miami. Plans to bring the Donald Trump Presidential Library near the Freedom Tower in downtown Miami took a big step forward this week, with Miami-Dade College's Board of Trustees signing off on a plan to allow it to be built near the Freedom Tower. Right now, a parking lot sits on that land. As CBS Miami's Peter Dench tells us, not everyone is on board.
This is a parking lot right here on Biscayne Boulevard at Northeast 6th Street. This is where the Trump Presidential Library could stand one day. The vice chairman of the Miami-Dade College Board of Trustees told me the vote was unanimous to make this happen.
And I think that means a lot to this community, and that we'll be able to host a presidential library right here in the heart of downtown Miami.
Robert Alonzo says that's why he and 6 other board members with Miami-Dade College voted to transfer this parking lot of about 2.5 acres to the state for a Donald Trump Presidential Library right next to the Freedom Tower.
I think it's very exciting. I mean, how many communities get the opportunity to have a presidential library?
Alonzo's mother and father actually were processed at the Freedom Tower when they came here from Cuba in 1963. In a post on Facebook, State Attorney General James Othmeyer called the Freedom Tower Ellis Island South.
Back in the 1950s, Cuban families arrived here fleeing the terrors of communism. This location serves as a symbol of freedom, a beacon of liberty for the rest of the country. Immediately adjacent to the Freedom Tower is the land that the state would like to set aside, land that we hope will one day house the Presidential Library of President Donald J. Trump.
Othmeyer also posted that the Florida cabinet next week will vote on dedicating the land as a site for the library.
I'm voting yes. Florida will be blessed to house the Presidential Library for one of our very own state residents and to be a part of preserving such meaningful history.
But some Miami-Dade College students like Jocelyn Tellis say they would oppose such a library.
It's not going to be true, unbiased educational material that is backed by science. It is not going to be diverse. It is not going to be progressive, and it's going to set us back.
It's not about political values or ideologies. It's about the office of the president, and something that will be here in Miami for our students, our community to go visit and to learn more about the office of the presidency.
Alonzo told me he has limited details about what would be in the library. He said the governor had requested that the transfer of land be done. The vote will be taken by the state cabinet on Tuesday of next week. In Miami, Peter Dench, CBS News, Miami.
All right, Peter. Well, one reason that Miami-Dade has struggled to keep and attract teachers is the high cost of living here. Well, the new state-of-the-art school in Brickell has a novel way to overcome that. The Southside Preparatory Academy gives the teachers a job and also a place to live. Marybel Rodriguez visited this one-of-a-kind school, which could be a model for the future.
It was a day of celebration at Southside Preparatory Academy, the grand opening of a brand new state-of-the-art middle school in Brickell.
I think it's great. The classrooms, the colors, it's very vibrant.
Not only is it offering students a first-class education, it is also giving Miami-Dade County Public School staff a unique opportunity.
Now this is live, play, work, and learn, because there is an educational component. And so it's very unique. It's the first of its kind in the state, so it's incredible.
The project is at 945 Southwest 3rd Avenue. It's been in the works for years, and this summer it was complete, not only with a middle school for 610 students, but also with 10 one-bedroom studio apartments above the school.
We have a facility now where neighbors can live affordably, kids can go to school, and teachers can live in workforce housing in the neighborhoods they serve.
What was once an old public housing facility has turned into a collaboration between the school district, the Miami-Dade County Commission, and developers to offer educators not only a place to live, but also to work and play.
This is a perfect solution to the needs of our community. We have to use the people's land for the people's purpose. And in this case, we needed affordable housing and we needed a school.
And these units will not only be available to Southside teachers, but to all Miami-Dade County employees. The application process begins in mid-November. Keep in mind there are only 10, so it will most likely be a lottery system. For more information on how you can apply, log on to our website, cbsmiami.com. In Brickell, Marybel Rodriguez, CBS News, Miami.
Very interesting. Marybel, thanks. Up next on Miami Life, meet a veterinarian who has spent a lifetime caring for pets.
But, I mean, we have to do surgery. The dog needs surgery.
He is old school in his approach to work, but he's also embracing new age ways to drum up business. We'll introduce you to Hialeah's viral veterinarian. Also, meet a Broward kid who is using technology to help get food into the hands of those who need it. His story when we return. Welcome back to Miami Life. September is Hunger Action Month, a time to raise awareness and help end hunger all across the country. Food insecurity is also a major problem here in South Florida. More than 1 million of our neighbors here struggle with it. But a local teenager figured out how to use some technology to streamline the process of getting food to needy families. Pastrana tells us his story.
With every can and carton, Asher Belfer isn't just filling a bag, he's filling a growing need in our community.
So my work and everything that the cupboard does is vital for every family in need of food in Broward County, because 1 in 6 people have food insecurity, and I want to do as much as I can to help as many people as possible.
The 16-year-old has been volunteering at the Dorit and Ben J. Janae cupboard in Davie for more than 4 years, but he wanted to make things run more efficiently. So he took what he learned in his computer science class and created software that's been a recipe for success.
It takes clients, and it takes volunteers, and it takes a food delivery event, and it puts everything in one place so that all you have to do is click one button and you can connect everything.
Asher saw the need for this and came to us and said, you know, I feel like I can help. And it has been a tremendous help. It eliminates all of the paperwork. His software has really just simplified all of that to a minimum effort.
Asher works alongside Ross Adele, the director of the cupboard. A true team effort from the office to the warehouse.
So we can't do this at the cupboard without volunteers like Asher. We are a small staff of 7 here at the pantry, and it takes hundreds of volunteers and it takes hundreds of Ashers to be able to serve as many families as we do in this community.
While his plans for the future are still in the works, Asher knows his computer skills will be put to good use to keep making Miami proud.
Whatever I decide to do, I want to continue to use technology and help as many people as I can.
The cupboard serves about 600 low-income families in Broward. To find out how you can help this organization or others helping feed the community during this Hunger Action Month, just go to our website, cbsmiami.com. Lauren Pastrana, CBS News, Miami.
He is making Miami proud for sure. All right, still to come on Miami Life. To succeed in South Florida, your business sometimes needs a little something extra. At one Hialeah Animal Hospital, it's all about the bedside manner for veterinarian Barry Goldberg. We'll take you to his wild and woolly place of business when we come back. All right, our person of interest this week is an unlikely TikTok star. He is a local veterinarian who found that he loved his work way too much to retire. So this old pro set up shop again in an unlikely place with the help of an assistant who has an unlikely pet. For this story, we head to Hialeah. It is never a slow day at Forever Friends Animal Hospital. Tucked away in a tiny strip mall in Hialeah, people bring their beloved pets to get treated for all sorts of ailments. It's a good thing that the vet who runs the place, Dr. Barry Goldberg, has just about seen it all.
And of course, you want to look, you're going to see that he's got a serious amount of tartar, in his teeth. This dog has problems with the skin. You see where my thumb is? Yeah. Right below my thumb. It's definitely a fungus. The dog has a hernia in the inguinal area, which is right in this area, the loin area.
Goldberg's calm bedside manner helps put the dog and cat parents at ease as he tries to figure out what's wrong.
What I'm going to do for the antibiotic, I'm going to give him an injection for the last 2 weeks.
He likes to keep the mood light as often as possible.
Thank you. Wait till you get your bill, okay? Oh, no. I'm going to leave you guys a great review, okay? It's been very positive. I like being here. I think the clients are incredible. All of them care for their pets, and they're genuinely nice group of people that come into the practice.
Goldberg has been a veterinarian for more than half a century. He has run animal hospitals across South Florida. He even has several patents related to pet care and has seen the field change drastically as he has been forced to adapt, even going to social media to promote his practice.
I said, I don't think that he's good for you. How do you know what's good for me? That's my opinion!
His off-the-ball videos have gone viral and made him TikTok famous.
We do have a couple people that come in and be like, oh, I saw him on TikTok and I decided to come in.
They are the brainchild of his assistant, Aries, who pitched the videos one day.
I just didn't believe, TikTok. I didn't know TikTok from TikTok.
They became an instant hit.
We were just bored, we didn't have any clients, and I was like, oh, we should do TikTok videos. I feel like people would really like that you're like an older guy and you're like on TikTok and they're gonna, I don't know, I just thought we should give it a chance, and he did, and our first video like immediately blew up, which was crazy.
Oh, and we almost forgot to introduce you to the office mascot, Aries' pet monkey. He has the run of the back room and apparently helps with filing.
He helps us with our medical records.
Yeah, it's a real zoo sometimes, but they take their work seriously.
You want to do the surgery as quickly as possible.
Caring for animals is something he has wanted to do since he was a kid growing up in South Carolina.
And I always basically was interested in veterinary medicine. I always wanted to be a veterinarian.
Goldberg got an early start in his future career, helping out the local vet.
My brother and myself would go to his hospital just to observe, and I always dealt in and always helped. I helped in surgery, as a 6-year-old. It was amazing.
A few years ago, he sold his old practice, but quickly learned he was not ready to retire.
Then I kind of didn't do anything for a while, and I figured, I can't sit home. Then I started doing relief work. I worked for a practice down in Homestead.
He loves his new practice and the clients, even if the language barrier occasionally becomes an issue.
I love Miami. I like being here. And, you know, I do not speak Spanish, but coming to Hialeah was like a different world. The memento.
There's a big age gap between Goldberg and his staff, but he prefers it that way.
Keeps me young. I mean, or maybe old.
He enjoys teaching them how to do the things the right way and has no plans to hang up the lab coat anytime soon.
I'm better off doing what I'm doing now, but I've always been involved with veterinary medicine one way or the other. I love what I do and do what I love.
And if you love it, it's not really work. We'll be right back. Coming up on next week's show, we'll hit the retro racks at Miami's go-to vintage store. Miami Twice has been in the vintage business for 40 years. From vinyl records and old Life magazines to designer handbags and even dresses made of Star Wars bed sheets, they got it. And if you're looking for vintage 70s fashions, boy, have you come to the right place.
Because over here are our vintage. This is our true vintage. But you can see how few extra larges we have. And, you know, vintage runs small, so a large kind of fits like a medium. An extra large fits like a large, say, kind of.
Very colorful indeed. We will take a trip down fashion memory lane at this unique shop next week on Miami Life. And finally, we revisit a few words I had last week about free speech. There is an old saying that free speech ain't free. There is always a cost. Just ask Jimmy Kimmel, who may have lost his late-night TV show, or Stephen Colbert, who will lose his late-night show. In these ultra-sensitive times, many have been advised to zip it when it comes to their political views. So, Peanut Gallery, should I offer my take on the Charlie Kirk fallout?
Absolutely not.
How about my take on the fallout from the fallout?
Absolutely not.
Can I relay to you what others are saying, tweeting, or posting?
Absolutely not.
And if I choose to break rank and break any of these rules, do you think I will keep my job?
Absolutely not.
Well, my mama didn't raise no fool. The problem I see is this: muzzling free speech smothers productive thought. And is that a good thing?
Absolutely not.
I happened to be overseas last week when all the chaos occurred here in the U.S. And one thing that struck me in Paris was how people were sitting outside at cafes just having conversation. Not many people were on their phones, scrolling angry social media posts. They were just talking. Stifling free speech is censorship, selling us all short by presuming that we cannot think for ourselves and reasonably disagree with each other. It's not true. More of us can be like Rodney and Lance. Rodney's the left winger from North Carolina, Lance the right winger from Florida.
We as Americans, we need to come together.
A CBS News feature showed us how these political rivals have become lasting friends who plan to do a podcast together.
Because I like him so much and I understand where he's at, I really do have empathy for him.
Now that's what I'm talking about. So, Peanut Gallery, what do you think about me doing a podcast just like that?
Absolutely not.
I'll stick to doing Miami Life. That does it for this week's show. Don't forget, we'll see you every Thursday for Miami Life at 6:30 on the stream. You can also watch all Miami Life episodes on demand on our YouTube channel. I'm Jim Barry, and absolutely, we'll catch you later.